Hello everyone and welcome back to another Doctor Who action figure review. In today's video I'm going to be taking a look at this, which is the brand new second Doctor in fur coat and electronic TARDIS from the Abominable Snowmen. Now this is a character online exclusive. You'll be able to buy one for $39.99 in the link in the description below. And it was only officially revealed on Tuesday. It is now Thursday and I'm already reviewing it for you guys. So they are out now, so go and get one. So first of all, we will start off by taking a look at the packaging. So which is your standard, sort of bog standard Doctor Who TARDIS box nowadays. So at the top we have the Doctor Who logo, character online exclusive, electronic second Doctor and electronic TARDIS from the Abominable Snowmen, 1967. On the side we have the now familiar grey TARDIS. We have once again the descriptions of what the set contains. On the back we have a promotional image of the Doctor and the TARDIS, as well as a description of the episode and what the set features, and a brief description about the TARDIS Type 40 TT capsule. On the other side it's the same as on the reverse, and on the top is pretty much the same as well. So there's not a great deal to say about the box apart from the inside diorama. Now you might not be able to see it very well, but you can see a Yeti on the backdrop, as well as in the very far corner the Tibetan hills, a monastery from the Abominable Snowmen, as well as a Rastan warrior robot just behind the bubble. So that's a very nice reference, and it makes the set all the more better. So with the box out of the way, we'll start by taking a look at the Doctor, which is one of the most anticipated, I think, figures that character options have arguably ever made for the Doctor Who line, because this figure was first prototyped, I think, over 10 years ago, and that image got leaked, and it was planned to be part of a now cancelled second 11 Doctor set. Unfortunately that never happened, but the prototype lived on in fans' imaginations and wishes that this figure would one day actually be released, and that day has finally come. So starting off by taking a look at the head sculpt, it is the now standard Patrick Troughton second Doctor head sculpt, but it is as ever fantastic. The sculpt is so crisp on this one. It's got great lightness and great paint details. You can see as well that there is a grey wash in the hair just to give a bit more depth to the sculpt. Moving down we have the bow tie and shirt, which is pretty standard and looks fantastic as well. Now what they've done is they have taken a standard second Doctor figure. I will just get one here. They've got a standard second Doctor and just used different arms and put the fur coat instead of this PVC jacket. So underneath this figure is the shirt, but with a new piece on top. So taking a look at the fur coat, and it looks absolutely fantastic. There's so much texturing detailing going on here. It's really terrific. There's so many other great paint details as well, lots of different shades, some more beige, some dark browns, some lighter browns. It's really fantastic. We also have the detail of the drawstring, which ties the fur coat together. However, that can look a bit lost in the sculpt because there is no paint for the drawstring, but that's a very minor nitpick. As I said before, the arms are a new sculpt as well, and they look fantastic. And you can just see the hands poking out at the bottom. Moving down, we have the trousers with the check pattern, which is, I think, a different variation to previous figures. I think the previous sort of basic second Doctor had a lighter pattern, and obviously the War Games one here has a different colour for the trousers. So it might be a different variant, and we have the brown boots as well. So taking a quick look at articulation, we have a swivel at the head, a swivel at the shoulder. The biceps can move slightly, but I wouldn't move them too much because the coat does get in the way. There is a bend at the elbow, and I think the wrists move. Although I haven't, yeah, they do. But I haven't really tried that. The waist still moves. There's articulation at the hip, at the thigh, and at the knee. And is there articulation at the ankle? No, there isn't. So overall, it's your standard articulation for a second Doctor figure. And it looks absolutely fantastic. I never thought we'd get this figure, so to actually have one in hand is really, really insane. So that's the second Doctor. Now we will take a look at another item I never thought we'd get, which is the TARDIS. Now this TARDIS is unique, as I think you can already work out because the pull to open sign is on the wrong side of the doors. This was just a mistake when they rebuilt a prop, I think during season 4, and they just put the doors on the wrong way round, and it stayed that way for all of season 5. So it's quite a notable variation to the TARDIS, and I absolutely love it. It's so wacky, it's so off the wall that it just works for me. I really like it. And another thing that this TARDIS is notable for is the deco. It's a very weathered TARDIS. It looks like it's been beaten. You know, it's got loads of white washes in it just to highlight the dust or the dirt that the prop has accumulated over time, because this was sort of 1967, 1968. So the prop was starting to look a little down in the dumps. So taking a look at the details, we have the pretty standard wood grain effect, but that lines the entire prop, and that is highlighted incredibly by this white wash that runs all the way through the prop, of the toy, sorry. But looking at the front doors, these are brand new. These are 2 brand new sculpts for each of the doors. So on the left, whereas usually we would have the pull to open sign and the door latch, there is nothing. It's just a standard panel. Whereas on the right, we have the pull to open sign and the door lock. Interestingly, with this prop, there is no door handles, which has been carried across fantastically onto the toy. But taking a look at the pull to open sign, it is a new sculpt, it is a new decal, and it looks fantastic. And you can see that there is some weathering in there as well. Looking briefly at the lantern, this is the same lantern, in fact it's the same basic toy that was used last year in the Wargame set, but this time with a much different paint deco. So taking a look at the lantern, as you can see, it has this yellow bulb in there, and that is because this is an electronic TARDIS. This is the first electronic TARDIS we've had from the classic series in, I want to say 11 years. I think the last one that came out was in 2010. So this is just fantastic. So this TARDIS takes 3 AAA batteries, which aren't included. And once you press on, there is a selection of 4 sound effects. So we'll see if we can rattle through them. So there we are. Now you might have only just been able to glimpse it there, but the yellow light in the lantern does shine very, very brightly in person. On camera, it didn't seem to show through very well, but it does show very, very clearly in person, and it looks fantastic. Also, one final thing to note about this TARDIS is the very worn down police public call box signs. And I think they look fantastic. There's a great deal of weathering on them just to add to that battered and tatty look that the TARDIS was rocking at that time. So overall, this is absolutely fantastic. Doing a few comparisons then, we have, first of all, we'll do a comparison with the Doctor. So this is the brand new fur coat Doctor, obviously, and we will just compare it with last year's second Doctor that came in the second Doctor and TARDIS set from the War Games. So as you can see, it is virtually the same figure, just with the addition of the fur coat, which is what you would expect. And finally, we will just compare it with my custom second Doctor in fur coat, which I made last year during the lockdown. And yeah, there is no comparison. The official one is miles better. So this will be put into storage. Finally, we will do a couple of comparisons with the TARDIS. So here we have the brand new Abominable Snowmen TARDIS, and I just got off the shelf the War Games TARDIS that was released last year. So as you can see, here there is a vast difference in the paint deco. The War Games box was almost black in colour and had very little weathering. This new one is very, very different. Much lighter blue, very weathered, much different decals, such as on the pull to open sign and the police public car box signs. And yeah, personally, if you ask me, I much prefer the Abominable Snowmen version, but I do have quite a soft spot for that one as well. So overall, it's a fantastic set. Between this set and the War Games one last year, there was bound to be something for every second Doctor fan. So there we go, guys. There is a quick look. I say quick, this review is going on for 12 minutes. There's a overview, we should say, of the brand new Abominable Snowmen second Doctor and TARDIS set. It retails, as I said, for $39.99, and if you ask me, it is absolutely worth it. It's a fantastic set with two figures, well, one figure and one vehicle that I never thought we'd get in the Doctor Who line, and yeah, I can't recommend it enough. Apparently, stock levels are running quite low on the set, so if you do want one, don't hesitate, get on Character Online and order it. So thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will see you again next time for another Doctor Who action figure review. Bye.